Hey. Poor thing. Hey, it's okay. Come here. I really hate seeing you like this. You look so... just not yourself. Oh, you poor thing. Don't worry. This will all pass and soon you'll be feeling bright as rain. Poor thing. It's okay. Come here. You're so bad for you. But I brought you something. Straight from the kitchen. Piping hot. Well, not piping hot because I don't want you to burn yourself. I brought you a cup of tea. It's made pretty much the way you like it, only this time I added honey because that is good for the throat and I need your throat to be well rested. Not because, well, usually that's a good thing for when people are sick, right? Sorry. Yes, I'm aware that tea is not the solution to every problem, but I think it's a solution to a lot of problems. At least, I feel like my day brightens up whenever I have a hot cup of tea in my hands. Especially when somebody else makes it for me. Yes, you can call it the Englishwoman inside me. I guess, I don't know. I grew up and it was very comforting, and so I figured it might be able to comfort you. I've also put a hot soup on the stove. I know you're having a hard time with solid food earlier, so I figured a soup would be a good way to go. Now, usually I am one for flavour, as you know, sometimes a bit too much, but this time I'm keeping it on the lighter side of our flavour profile because, again, I don't want anything that's going to overwhelm your palate and make you sick. You know, for someone who was making fun of me for bringing the tea, you seem to be enjoying it. Just saying, don't shoot the messenger. It's nice to see you smile, especially when you're feeling like this. You had me worried. Now, I know that you're probably fiending for some medicine right about now, but I am sorry to say that there is at least another hour left on that timer. So, it'll just be herbal remedies until that's done, and then I'll make you another batch of medicine. Or bring it to you, I should say. Making it, I'm not a... yeah, it's a little above my skill range. No, I'm not worried about being too close to you. It doesn't really bother me, the idea of getting sick. I don't want you to go through this alone. And besides, if I get sick, you can pamper me. I know what it's like to be sick and to feel like nobody's there to look out for you or to take care of you. So I don't want you to feel that way at all. I want you to feel loved and safe and protected and cared for. And taken care of. You know, when I was a kid and I was sick, I used to really enjoy being tucked into bed and having my hair stroked and being doted on. It was just one of those things that felt nice. Whenever somebody brought me a cup of tea or checked up on me or, you know, stayed by my side until I fell asleep, I felt really cared for. And that's how I want you to feel. Cared for and loved. and safe. I'll tell you what, why don't I help you get to sleep? Here, hold on, let me see. You don't have many books on your shelf, but perhaps I can improvise a fairy tale? It'll probably be one you've heard before, but that, I suppose, would be good for getting you to fall asleep. Let me see what I remember. Okay. This won't be told in the most elegant way because I am pulling most of this from memory. So please bear with me. Once upon a time, in a land far, far away, there lived a young girl. Her hair was bright and golden, and she had a smile so wide it could contest with the warmth of the sun. However, it was rare that this girl ever donned a smile. It was often that she was scowling. She was always complaining about how she never had enough in life. Her food was always too warm, too cold, the weather too hot, too freezing, too rainy, too dry. She'd complain that her clothes didn't fit right, that they were too tight, they were too loose, they didn't look good on her. She was always complaining. One day, she got so frustrated with her life that she decided to venture to the woods on her own. And it was there she came across a very beautiful house, carved into an old tree stump. She walked inside, and there was greeted with a set table and 3 bowls of porridge. She took a look at the first one, placed in front of a grand old carved chair, ornate in its decoration, and she picked up the spoon, carved intricately out of wood, and took a bite. Ah! This is vile! It's far too hot, and bitter and salty. This is horrendous. This is absolutely terrible. And she put the spoon back down. She then walked over across from that chair to another beautifully ornate chair. This one a tad smaller in frame, but just as elegant. She picked up the spoon once more and took a bite. Oh, I must say this is absolutely ghastly. Way too sweet, too cold. Oh, it's just vile. Absolutely dreadful. But then, she went to the 3rd bowl, and the chair was small, so tiny and precious. And the helping was a lot smaller than that of the other 2, but she took a bite anyway, lifting that ornate spoon and raising it to her mouth. Oh, this one's actually quite nice, she said. She took a seat at the small chair, her larger frame heaving over the seat, and she finished all the porridge in the bowl, delighting to herself on the taste and the texture and all the things right about it. And then she beamed her smile as bright as the sun, with pieces of porridge stuck inside. Hey, I'm trying to paint a realistic picture. Okay, there's no porridge inside. She just smiles. Soon after her meal, though, the young girl decides that she is tired and she wants to rest her head. She looks around the house and finds a mossy set of stairs which she climbs up. When she reaches the 2nd floor of the tree stump house, She finds 3 beds, all lined up against the wall. She tries her luck with the first bed. She places herself upon it and lies back, feeling the weight of the mattress press against her skin. Oh, this is way too hard. Oh, it hurts my back. And also this is such a dastardly colour. I mean, come on, dark red. Absolutely terrible. She rises from the bed and moves over one. She is greeted by a smaller yet more feminine frame. The bed is covered in pink sheets. She takes a seat and lies back. Oh, no. Far too soft. Oh, and these colours are so bright. Way over the top. No, this absolutely will not do. She finally rises and goes to the final bed. It's a bit smaller than the other 2, but it seems it will accommodate her frame well enough. She takes her seat on the bed and then lies back. Oh, I must say this is heavenly. Not too firm, not too soft. And oh, the colour. How did they know that baby blue was my favourite? With a yawn, she closes her eyes and lies back on the bed, dozing off into a peaceful sleep. However, as she sleeps, the owners of the home return. They are 3 large, hulking bears, carrying with them the burdens of their day and the stresses of their life, and they are angry. When they see their table and the porridge, the father looks disgruntled. Someone's messed with my porridge. The mother looks over and says, Someone's messed with mine too. And then the son, crawling onto his chair, looks at what was supposed to be his dinner. Somebody's eaten all my porridge. And the bears are angry. They look around for any signs of an imminent intruder, but they can't find any. Not until they head up the stairs. They climb the stairs, though, and as their paws sink into the moss with a pat, they get closer and closer, until finally they reach the top, and there they see a young woman with golden hair sleeping on their son's bed. What are you doing? The father bear yells, and the young girl awakes. She's greeted by the bears, and she screams so loud you could likely hear it for miles. All right, settle down. No need for all that, the bear says. Look, I don't know what you're doing in me house, but you've eaten our porridge, you've taken our dinner. This just is not right, he says. Shut up, I'm allowed to take my creative liberties. Liberties? Let me tell the story in my way. Look, you've had your fun. You've eaten our dinner, but I think it's best time for you to leave before we get angry and make you our dinner, the father bear says. Goldilocks begins to weep, begins to cry. I'm sorry, your porridge was just so delicious and the bed was so comfortable and I don't care for your sorry excuses. Get out me gaff before I do something neither you or I will like. And Goldilocks, weeping, gets up from the bed and runs off, never to be seen by the bears again. The bear turns to his wife. It's always something. First I have a full day of work and all I'm looking forward to is my bowl of porridge and some intruder comes and takes it from me. The wife pats him on the shoulder. It's all right, love. We can always make more. And I can help too, says the baby bear. And then the 3 bears all decide to make themselves a new bowl of porridge. I included that part because I felt bad that they weren't hungry. It's a normal thing to do. Okay, I'll admit that my accent changes were likely not the most conducive to sleep, but it at least got you smiling. I love you so much. My poor thing. Here, relax. Close your eyes. I'll be back in like 45 minutes. I'm gonna turn off the lights because I know you said you had a headache. Rest well, my sweet. I'll see you in a bit.